Hello, Dark Reader. Welcome to the Dark Side of the Library podcast. My name is Carrie Carolyn, and I'm here with my magnificent creepy co-host, Katie.
Oh.
Today we are chatting about dark children's books coming out in September 2022. This is part 2 in a series because there's so many good books coming out. Be sure to check out our previous podcast for this month on dark kids books, dark YA books, dark books for adults, and dark nonfiction. We have a lot of horror and Halloween stuff sprinkled in and out. And I wanted to mention that as we go along, we're going to be mentioning lots of book titles, and you're going to forget them. So stop by our podcast show notes. We're at darksideofthelibrary.com, and you can check out the books that we're talking about today. And they are affiliate links, by the way.
Yes. Let me start us off. You said Halloween, and I saw the font of this book, and it looks very Halloween-y. It looks kind of gooey. It's called Naomi Teitelbaum Ends the World. Comes out September 6th. This is by Samara Shanker. This is a spooky middle grade adventure. Naomi Teitelbaum is so ready for her bar mitzvah. Her prayers are memorized, and she's definitely got a handle on her Torah portion. Well, almost. Then she gets a mysterious gift, a tiny clay golem. To Naomi's shock, it comes to life and obeys her every command. Well, that's nice. At first, this small magical helper seems to be the best bar mitzvah gift ever. But with each command, the golem grows and gets harder to hide. And creepy unnatural creatures like Diebuks, demons, and a congregation of ghosts have started following Naomi around. To keep herself out of trouble and the golem out of harm's way, Naomi gives the golem well-intended instructions. Save the world! Unfortunately, this leaves more room for interpretation than Naomi thought. Before long, the golem is wreaking havoc all over L.A.
As they do.
Right? And only Naomi and her friends can stop it. This is for reading ages 8 through 12 or grades 3 through 7. This is published by Athenium Books. This is Naomi Teitelbaum Ends the World by Samara Shanker.
I love the title, and when I first saw it, I thought, well, she had her reasons.
Yes.
My first book today is called Odd Occurrences, Chilling Stories of Horror. It comes out September 27. It is for grade level 3 to 7 or 8 to 12 years. It's a whopping 336 pages. The author is Andrew Nance, and there's some illustrations by Jana Heidersdorf. So it features 2 best friends, one goes missing, and a paranormal podcast that hopes to reunite them, but not before unleashing horror in many forms. So when Zeus's best friend gets trapped inside the House of Mystery and Mirrors at Carnival Nocturne, Tobin's existence is erased from the world, and Zeus is the only person who remembers that his best friend ever lived. Zeus is determined to return to the carnival and rescue his friend, that is, if he can find it. Together with Tobin's sister Jana, Zeus concocts a plan to conjure Tobin's captors on Halloween night via his paranormal podcast, Odd Occurrences. Listeners are invited to call in and share their supernatural experiences with the audience. From ghostly encounters to haunted dolls, terrifying escape rooms with deadly consequences, to alien lake creatures, Zeus hopes that someone's story will produce a clue that leads him to the mysterious carnival and ultimately back to Tobin. But little does Zeus know that Tobin is almost out of time. That's Odd Occurrences, Chilling Stories of Horror by Andrew Nance.
My next book is really, really cute. This is for reading ages 3 through 6. It's only 48 pages. It's called Old Macdonald Was a Witch and 12 Other Spooky Songs. This is by Christin Farley, and it comes out September 6th. Get into the Halloween spirit with these spooky takes on classic children's songs. I'm excited.
Ooh, me too.
You'll find Witch Macdonald, the Itsy Bitsy Pumpkin, Take Me Out to the Graveyard, The Monsters on the Broom, and so many other ones. There is adorable art throughout. The lyrics are obviously very catchy, and it'll have you and your little ones singing and laughing, and it's just perfect for Halloween. So check this one out. And it's, I like having a different take on some of these songs because, after a while it's like, yes, I know Old MacDonald had a farm, but now it's Old MacDonald was a witch. It's even better. So Old MacDonald was a witch and 12 other spooky songs. This is by Christin Farley. Get it before Halloween!
So, Katie, am I right in assuming you would prefer I not sing along on the podcast? I just won't. I'll just control myself.
Okay.
I got inspired. Okay. My next book, which I will not sing, is 1, 2, 3, Scream! The author's name is R.U. Gins, and the publisher, is Delacorte Press. It is a book aimed at children 8 to 12 years, grade level 3 to 7. It's a collection of hilarifying, meaning hilariously terrifying tales, fully illustrated and perfect for scary story lovers who are looking for a side of humor to go with their helpings of horror. Stop, unless you want to be scared, do not read this book. These tales of terror are so horrible, so alarming. They had to be bound up between these pages forever. You'll discover, oh no. Okay, I can do this. You'll discover the booger man and oozing horror that lurks in mirrors.
No!
You'll read about Instagrave, a popular new app that tells kids how they're going to die. Oh, that's fun. Lovely.
Wow.
In Epizeuxis, you'll learn what happens if you speak the name of a... Wait, we've said too much already. The things between these covers are too dangerous to ever be let out. That's why we're warning you, stay away from this book, or else. Of course, if you're reckless enough to open this book, then be sure to read these stories in a safe indoor space, far from the beady, prying eyes of any birds. That is 1, 2, 3, Scream by R.U. Gins.
My next book actually did come out last year, but they're finally coming out with a paperback version of it. It comes out September 6th. It's called The Plentiful Darkness. It's by Heather Kassner. I was recognizing the cover art, and then I finally read the summary of the book, and I was like, oh, that's right, I remember this one. So here's what the story is about. It's really cool. This is for reading ages 8 through 12 or mid-grade level. In order to survive on her own, 12-year-old Rooney DeBarra collects precious moonlight, which she draws from the evening sky with her very rare and most magical lunar mirror. All the while, she tries to avoid the rival roughhouse boys, and yet another, more terrifying danger, the dreaded thing that's been disappearing children in the night. When Trick Aiden, the worst of the roughhouse boys, steals her lunar mirror, Rooney will do whatever it takes to get it back, even if it means leaping into a pool of darkness after it swallows Trick and her mirror, or braving the plentiful darkness, a bewitching world devoid of sky and stars, or begrudgingly teaming up with Trick to confront the magician and unravel the magic that has trapped Wary Bones' children. This looks really cool, and now that I'm revisiting it again, I need to go back and actually read this. This looks really, really cool, and the cover is stunning. This is The Plentiful Darkness by Heather Kassner.
I want a lunar mirror.
I know, it sounds beautiful.
My next book is Secrets of the Looking Glass, Volume 2. It's part of the Lost Wonderland Diaries. Comes out September 13. The author is J. Scott Savage. So after returning from Wonderland, Celia and Tyrus journey to the Looking Glass world to reclaim their mirror images, hopefully without boogers on them like that last book, and they stop a war between two powerful queens. When the Bandersnatch steals one of Lewis Carroll's lost diaries, Celia and Tyrus try to get it back, only to tumble through a magic mirror into the Looking Glass world, a place where everything, themselves included, is divided in two. Celia's logic and Tyrus's imagination now belong to their mirror images, Leah and Ty. They're left without their greatest problem-solving skills, and they have to rely on each other as they play a massive game of chess to try to catch their mirror images.
Ooh.
So that is Secrets of the Looking Glass, Volume 2, by J. Scott Savage, and it is for ages 8 to 12 years or grade level 4 to 6.
My next book I am really looking forward to. It's called Skeletina and the Inbetween World. It's a picture book. It comes out September 6th. This is by Susie Jaramillo, and she does the illustrations as well. If you love the movie Coco and Nightmare Before Christmas, this is a beautiful blend of the two with awesome characters. The illustrations are, I've never seen an art style quite like this. It's very memorable. So here's what the story's about. Meet Skeletina, a fun-loving, fearless little girl who lives in the in-between world with her friends, who include monsters, creatures, ghosts, and more. The upside-down, inside-out, in-between world is where the living go when they are fast asleep, and where the dead hang out when they have unfinished business. Visitors to the in-between world are children who come to confront their fears, or to see a loved one who has recently left the world of the living. Either way, Skeletina is there to guide them and help children conquer their anxieties. It's very cute. This is for reading ages 3 through 6 or preschool through 1st grade. This is published by Roaring Brook Press. Check out Skeletina and the In-Between World by Susie Jaramillo.
My next book is presented by Rick Riordan. It's Surwa Boteng's Guide to Vampire Hunting. It's a Surwa Boteng novel, book 1, and I'm going to spell that for you. Serwa, and the last name is Boteng, Boateng. Comes out September 6th. The author is Roseanne Brown. Best-selling author Rick Riordan presents best-selling YA authors Roseanne Brown's middle grade debut about a preteen vampire slayer with a strong helping of Ghanaian folklore. For most kids, catching fireflies is a fun summer activity. But for 12-year-old Surwa Boteng, it's a matter of life and death. That's because Surwa knows that some fireflies are really Adzi, shape-shifting vampires from the forests of southeastern Ghana. Adzi prey on the blood of innocents, possessing their minds and turning them into hulking monsters. And for generations, slayers like Surwa and her parents have protected an unknowing public from their threats. Surwa is the best Adzi slayer her age, and she knew how to use a crossbow before she could even ride a bike. But when an Oba Ifo, a witch, destroys her childhood home while searching for a drum, do Surwa's parents take her with them on their quest to defeat her? No. Instead, they dump Surwa with her hippie aunt and cryptic obsessed cousin in the middle of Nowheresville, Maryland, for her own safety. Now, instead of crossbows and battle armor, she's dealing with mean girls and algebra, and for the first time in her life, she doesn't have to carry a staff everywhere she goes, which is kind of nice, actually. Just as Surwa starts to get the hang of this whole normal girl who doesn't punch vampires every day thing, and Adzi infiltrates her school. It's up to her to whip some of her classmates into monster fighting shape before all of them become firefly food. That is Surwa Boteng's Guide to Vampire Hunting by Roseanne Brown, and it sounds fun. I'm going to grab it.
It does sound really fun. I love that she was able to shoot a crossbow before riding a bike. That's awesome. All right, before we continue with our books today, I just wanted to mention to come and visit us on our Amazon Live channel. You can find that on amazon.com/live/darksideofthelibrary. As we approach Halloween, we're going to be presenting a lot of cool Halloween things like decorations, toys for children. Obviously, we have books, we have tarot cards. Come visit us over there and see us live stream and get some inspiration. All right, so my next book for today is The Stars Did Wander Darkling. So this comes out September 13. This is by Colin Meloy, who is also the lead singer and songwriter from the Decemberists.
Oh!
So this is interesting. And even more so, apparently this is great for fans who love Stranger Things, Neil Gaiman, and Margaret Peterson Haddix. And it's set in 1980s Oregon. So I'm very excited. We even have 4 kids on bikes biking through a creepy forest as the cover. So here's what the publisher has to say. All of the sudden, the most ordinary things have taken on a sinister edge. A penny on a doormat. A man in a brown suit under a street lamp. The persistent sound of an axe chopping in the middle of the night.
Creepy.
Yeah, I would not like that. He keeps telling himself that this is Seaham, a sleepy seaside town where nothing ever happens, or at least nothing did until his dad's construction company opened up the cliff beneath the old, some say cursed, Langdon place. Soon, though, he and his friends can't deny it. More and more of the adults in town are acting strangely. An ancient, long-buried evil has been unleashed upon the community, and it's up to the kids to stop it before it's too late. This sounds very much like Stranger Things. So this is for reading ages 8 through 12, grade level 3 through 7. The publisher is Balzer and Bray. Check it out. It's called The Stars Did Wander Darkling by Colin Meloy.
My next book is called Strangeville School is Definitely Not Cursed. It's by Darcy Miller, illustrated by Brett Hellquist. It's for grade level 3 to 7 or age 8 to 12 years. Get ready to laugh out loud as Strangeville Middle School, the wackiest, definitely not cursed school ever. This highly illustrated new series is for a new generation. Smile, it's picture day. Except maybe don't smile, because there's a glowing lost and found box that's appeared in the cafeteria. Sure, coming to Strangeville Middle has been an adjustment for new kid Harvey Hill, but things seem to be going well. That is, until strange things happen that may or may not be related to a 50-year-old curse. If, of course, curses were real, which they definitely are not.
Never.
Luckily, Harvey and his friend Stella are on the case. Their classmate Neva seems to think there's a logical explanation to the sentient robots that are flooding the hallways and the glowing lost and found box, but Harvey and Stella aren't convinced. Is Harvey brave enough to solve the mystery of the curse, if there is one, or is Strangeville doomed? This sounds like a great book for boys that are reluctant readers because there's a lot of action and cool stuff happening. Yeah. I definitely would recommend it if you have some nephews that are like, This is Strangeville School is Definitely Not Cursed by Darcy Miller.
My next book is Vampire Baby, a Hazy Dell flat book, board book. Comes out September 13th. This is by the one that does all of these amazing gothic Halloween baby books, Elias Barks. And the illustrator for this one is Zoe Persico. They have so many other ones. We have Krampus, there's Mothman Baby, Pumpkin Baby, which we actually do on Amazon Live quite often. I think it's quite an adorable book. There's even a Nessie Baby book. So let's check out Vampire Baby. On every page, beneath every flap, Vampire Baby is crawling with gothic Halloween imagery and creeping with classic Halloween creatures, including a mummy, Frankenstein's monster, a ghost, and a gargoyle. Young readers and pre-readers will discover the details of this non-threatening Halloween castle alongside their Vampire Baby avatar. It's very cute. It's a multi-sensory experience. This is for reading ages baby through 4 years old. There are 12 pages, and this is by Hazy Dell Press. This is Vampire Baby by Elias Barks.
And I pre-ordered it weeks ago. Yay!
It's very cute.
Well, my next book also has vampire in the title. It's Vampiric Vacation, part of the Sinister Summer series by Kiersten White. It's book 2 of 3. After leaving Fathoms of Fun, the kids are on their way to the next odd summer destination their aunt has chosen for them. What a cool aunt. This time they find themselves dropped off at the Sanguine Spa in the Little Transylvania Mountains. There they meet the owners, Mina, her mysterious little sister Lucy, who's extremely pale, can't go in the sunlight, and has an affinity for hanging upside down from the ceiling, and their intimidating guardian, the Count. When the Count sends all the children in the spa on a scavenger hunt, the sinister Winterbottoms use the excuse to snoop around, as kids do, and discover that this spa may be more than just eerie. It might also hold clues to what happened to their parents. When Will starts to show vampiric symptoms, the twins resolve to investigate what's really going on at the Sanguine Spa. It is for grade levels 3 to 7, age 8 to 12 years. It sounds really cute and fun. It's Vampiric Vacation by Kiersten White.
My next book is also a vampire-esque book. It's about vampire hunters. It's called The Vanquishers. It comes out September 20th. This is by Kaylynn Bayron. And this is for reading ages 8 through 11, grade level 3 through 7. It's inspired by Buffy the Vampire Slayer and The Watchmen, which is an interesting combination. So Malika Bug Wilson and her best friends have grown up idolizing the Vanquishers, a group of heroic vampire hunters who wiped out the last horde of the undead decades ago. Nowadays, most people don't take even the most basic vampire precautions. The days of garlic wreaths and early curfews are long gone. But Bug's parents still follow the old rules, much to her embarrassment. When a friend goes missing, Bug isn't sure what to think. Could it be the school counselor, Mr. Rupert, who definitely seems to be hiding something? Or could it be something more dangerous? Bug is determined to save her friend, but is she ready to admit vampires might not all be vanquished after all? No one ever expected the Vanquishers to return, but if their town needs protection from the undead, Bug knows who to call. So this is called The Vanquishers. This is by Kaylynn Bayron.
My next book is adorable. It's called A Wee Boo. The author is Jessica Boyd. It's a picture book that comes out September 13, which sadly I looked up and I believe it is not a Friday the 13th this year. No fair. So, this is a heartwarming ghost story that will make readers laugh out loud and sympathize with a ghost who's too cute to be scary. It's for preschool to kindergartners aged 3 to 5 years. So Wee Boo is a ghost who wants nothing more than to earn her haunting license like all of the other accredited ghosts. The problem? She's far too cute to scare anyone. She's given one last chance with extraordinarily low standards. Boo doesn't need to make anyone scream or gasp or shudder. She just needs one "whoa" to earn her place as a certified ghost. But she's running out of chances and her final haunting is not going well. That is, until she meets a baby. When Boo makes the baby laugh, she realizes something. Although she's terrible as a scary ghost, she just might make an outstanding imaginary friend. That is Wee Boo by Jessica Boyd. It comes out September 13.
My next book is called Welcome Dark. It's a picture book. It comes out September 13th. This is by Charisse St. Pierre, and the illustrator is Rachel Wada. It's a poetic picture book. It invites young readers to explore the sounds of nighttime and find comfort in them instead of fear. So in the very front of the cover, we have obviously we're in the dark, but there's cute little bunnies in the grass and a bright moon. So as a young child falls asleep, the night comes alive. Animals hide and leaves blow, seeds are spread and crops are watered, and the world wakes anew in the morning. Focusing on the necessity of nighttime, this beautiful book showcases the night, along with its sometimes scary sounds, through new eyes. There are stunning illustrations, which complement each spread as the poetry balances the magic and mystery of nighttime with the comforting stillness of being tucked safely indoors. Aww. Very cute. So this is for reading ages 3 through 5, so grade level preschool through kindergarten. Beautiful illustrations, like it says. It is Welcome Dark by Charisse St. Pierre and Rachel Wada.
My final book today is What We Saw, a thriller. It is for grade level 3 to 7 or 8 to 12 years. The author is Mary Downing Hahn, who has written lots of books that appear here at the Dark Side of the Library. So when best friends Abby and Skylar witness a clandestine meeting between a mysterious woman and someone in a dark van, they're thrilled. Finally, a mystery to spice up the summer. Who could these people be? Why are they meeting? Are they spies? Criminals? The two girls are determined to find out. But then a local woman goes missing and is found dead in the woods. And Abby and Skylar realize that their detective work could hold the keys to solving her murder. Suddenly, sleuthing isn't so fun anymore. As tensions rise and their friendship frays, the girls find themselves in increasing danger and must choose between keeping a secret or exposing a life-altering truth. That's What We Saw by Mary Downing Hahn.
My final book today got pushed, unfortunately, so this will be after Halloween. So it's called Will You Be My Monster? Mix and match to create over 100 original monsters, so we will probably go over it again. This comes out November 22nd. This is by Rebecca Pry, the illustrator. So it's actually split into 3 different sections for easy flipping. You can create your own fun, ridiculous monster. So there's, like it says in the title, over 100 monsters you can create, which is awesome for a book.
We are going to have to play with this on our Amazon live stream.
Yeah, so this one will be super fun. Unfortunately, it will be after Halloween, but that's okay because Halloween lasts forever here. We love Halloween all the time. So we will go over this again, but keep this in mind. You can pre-order now if you'd like. This is for grade levels 4 through 6. It is Will You Be My Monster? You can check it out on Amazon, and it's really cute. You can see kind of some of the monsters you can create featured over there. And that is our final book for today for our kids section for September 2022. You can stay tuned for graphic novels and comic books next time on this podcast, or you can check out some previous episodes for dark fiction, nonfiction, etc. And we usually publish on Wednesday or Friday, and maybe even possibly Monday because there are so many books. Make sure to spread the word about this podcast to your creepy loved ones and to rate and review this podcast. And come visit us on our social media channels on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram at Dark Side of the Library, and our Amazon Live channel at amazon.com/live/Dark Side of the Library. Thank you guys so much for listening, and we will talk to you soon.